If you've ever wondered what it's like to start a nonprofit or seriously considered starting one but don't know where to begin, this video is for you. I'm Athena Kehoe with the ASU Lodestar Center's Ask the Nonprofit Specialists, and let's jump right in. To keep myself from running down a rabbit hole with this topic, we're going to focus on 501c3 organizations, which include private foundations and most charitable and religious organizations. There are dozens of 501c codes in all, covering less common types of organizations, but we'll save those for another video. Before we go any further, this is the first step. Make sure the idea you have for your nonprofit does not already exist. And yes, I know that seems obvious, but save yourself the time now by double checking that it doesn't already exist. And if it does, you might make a bigger impact by joining forces with them, whether as a volunteer or as a staff member. And if you pass that step, great. There are a few basics I want to make sure you know. First, nobody owns a nonprofit. There's a board of directors and articles of incorporation that regulate the organization, and your nonprofit must have a mission to guide it. Here are some advantages when making a nonprofit. Tax exemption. You must complete Form 1023 to be considered. Receiving donations. Corporations and individuals can donate to support your mission. Provide employee benefits. If you become a registered nonprofit rather than an informal volunteer effort, you can offer wages, insurance, and other benefits to members of your team. Personal liability protection. Incorporating can protect you and others in the organization from personal liability. Impact on the community. If your nonprofit succeeds in its mission, you will make a real difference. And the organization can outlive you. Just look at the YMCA, for example. It was founded in 1844. But if you're thinking, okay, there's no way it's just that easy, you are kind of right. There are some disadvantages to keep in mind, such as paperwork. I know it sounds boring, but with state requirements and reporting to the IRS, there is a lot of background work that needs to be done. Out-of-pocket expenses to start up the organization could cost you at least $500, moving into the thousands with legal and financial reviews. Time and energy. Most people underestimate how much time and work needs to be spent with creating your nonprofit and complying with federal, state, and local regulations. Restrictions on certain types of political activity. For example, tax-exempt organizations may not support candidates for public office or a political party. And finally, you're subject to oversight from the state's Attorney General or Secretary of State. Those are just a few things to keep in mind when it comes to advantages and disadvantages of starting a nonprofit. You might decide this is for you if you've determined that there's a need and you're ready to fill it in this way. The ASU Lodestar Center has a nonprofit management institute with related courses and more, which can be found on our website that's linked below. This video is brought to you by the ASU Lodestar Center for Philanthropy and Nonprofit Innovation. Do you have a nonprofit question? Leave a comment below or visit our Ask the Nonprofit Specialists page to message an expert. Thank you for watching.